Morning everyone, it's day 3. Just walking past the pub that I had a nice Thai green curry last night. Yeah, today had a reasonable night's sleep last night, not bad for a second night in the tent. So today we're going to try and get from Lynton to Coombe Martin, or even Watermouth Bay the other side. But we'll see how we get on. If I get too tired, I may just stop off in Heddon Valley and wild camp there. Not too many aches and pains from yesterday, but we'll see how we get on anyway. I know my bag's heavy, but that's taking the mickey in it. This is the famous Lynton, what do they call it? Cliff-top railway thingy, wherever it's called. No, I didn't come up it. I climbed the hill up to my campsite last night, so I haven't done the official path from Lynton. But I have done the right amount of climbing, so I'm not going down just to do that bit. Anyway, off to the Valley of Rocks now. Interesting the way the trees have grown over the path here. Very Game of Thronesy. Struggling a bit today. Today's the first day that my Achilles is starting to give me a bit of jip. I don't know whether I overdid it yesterday or what, but it's I mean, it's not, it's not stopping me, it's a little bit painful. And the feet are aching as well, and the pack's far too heavy. I was chatting to a lad a short while ago, and he's running at 12 kilos. He gave me tips and advice about what we should get rid of. So I think when I get to Ilfracombe, I might post a load of stuff out and they can carry on with this heavy weight. I'm running at just around about 20 kilos, which is far too heavy. We're not far from Heddon's Valley, or Heddon Valley, Heddon Mount. some sheer drops. That is the Heddon Valley. We got to go right down the bottom and then right straight back up. You can see how steep it is. Although I'm tired, Heddon Valley was one of my options to call it quits and for the day and wild camp. But it's only 20 past 11 now. By the time we get down the bottom there, 11:45, I'll stop and have some lunch and crack on. So there's where we were earlier, on that promontory where I filmed. And we came all the way down that path. Down there, deep into the valley, bottom. Probably somewhere around about down there. And then we've climbed this absolute pig of a hill. You can see the profile of it. It was brutal. But I'm glad I did it before lunch. I found a nice little spot now. Just sitting down here. Oh, I'm going to spend half an hour relaxing. Got my feet out of my boots to breathe for a bit. Great Hangman, which is the highest point of southwest coast path. Typically for the coast path, they're going to make us go down that valley first and lose all the height we've got, and then we're going to have to climb all the way back up there. From the top of Great Hangman, I made my way down with views of Coombe Martin, which has one of the longest high streets in England. By the time I reached the village, I was gasping for a pint, which I drank whilst overlooking the beach. I then made my way over to Watermouth Valley campsite, which was lovely and peaceful. Morning. Don't know if you can hear me because there's a bit of traffic noise, but this is day 4, just leaving Watermouth Bay, and it's quite spectacular though it is. As you can see, you've got a nice boat yard, lots of boats moored on the inlet, and then opposite we've got Watermouth Castle. The campsite I stayed on was very pleasant, quite peaceful despite this road, and as I expected, third night in I had a fairly decent night's sleep, so hopefully from now on I should sleep relatively well once your body's got used to sleeping in a tent. No idea where I'm going to head to today. The suggested itinerary is Woolacombe. There's one or two bits and bobs I want to do in Ilfracombe first, and then we'll see how we get on what we're going to do after that. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Much better view of Watermouth Bay. The sun's come out now as well. What's the forecast? It said it was going to be dull, drizzly all day, so the sunshine is an absolute bonus. Now I've worn the Achilles up, it's not quite so bad. So far, although it's not exactly flat, it's been a fairly gentle start to the day. I believe this section isn't too bad, nothing like the last 3 days anyway. So here's a little marker to signify Operation Pluto, where they practice laying out a fuel pipeline under the sea from here to South Wales in preparation for D-Day. It's quite pleasant to see a little thing like that. Obviously you can't see anything now, but somebody's marked the occasion and put a little memento down there. A nice bag of dog poo. Charming. I'm not very good on my plant species, but it's quite pretty through here, all the wildflowers. No doubt somebody will name them. Cow parsley is about the only thing I think I recognise, but yeah, path's a little bit overgrown in places, but that's what you've got to expect this time of year. Everything's suddenly sprung to life, a bit of warm weather, and then we've had a bit of rain the last few days as well, so all of a sudden everything grows. You can't expect the authorities to be along here cutting stuff back, and indeed nowadays it's more fashionable to let it all grow so the insects can thrive, and we walkers just have to put up with it. It's fine when it's dry, but obviously if it's soaking wet then it can be a bit annoying. But or you've got shorts on and it's a mass stinging nettles. Well, there's a few up here, but I put trousers on today because I was led to believe by the weather forecast that it was going to be dull all day. Of course it isn't, and now I'm roasted, so I might have to swap them over for shorts in a bit. And what I said about this path being quite gentle so far, eat my own words time. Look at these steps. Oh, most of the way up this hill towards Fort Hillsborough. You just come to this little bit now, and then you get the fantastic view towards Ilfracombe. Last little bit to climb. Oh, looking forward to some coffee and cake in here. Ilfracombe. Morning, it's day 5. It's, what is it now? 8:30 in the morning. Just left Woolacombe, I forgot what it's called, campsite. Not the best night's sleep in the world, if I'm honest with you. My pitch, well, it was fairly flat, but it just wasn't quite level, and it kept slipping off the mat. And yeah, so I just kept waking up. I'm just heading over this hill now to rejoin the coast path, and then head down to Croyd, where I believe there's a nice cafe. Hopefully I might be able to get some breakfast. It's a bit overcast today. Not sure whether the sun's going to come out, but there's probably someone supposed to come out yesterday and it did, so you never know. We're just walking, or stopped for a little rest, coming back from Baggy Point towards Croyd. Probably won't pick it out on here, but in the distance you can see where we've got to walk in the next few days, all the way, I think, in the far distance is Heddon Point. Probably a bit too windy for this, but this is Saunton Sands beach, right over in the distance. A bit hazy today. Is Heddon Point, which I'll be going to sometime next week. And Clovelly over there as well, but you can't see it. Today we've got to go all the way to the end of this beach and back round into Braunton. But I might go to Braunton first, dump my kit in a campsite, and then do that bit later. From Burrows. Just needed a rest for 5 minutes. I'm probably going to cut this bit short and go to the campsite in Braunton, which is this side of Braunton. Go and pitch my tent, and then if I feel up to it, I'll just go and for the rest of this Braunton Burrows stretch without a pack on later on this afternoon, and that way I can then end up in Braunton, have something to eat, and then get back to the campsite. My feet are really aching today. Every day they've been the same in the afternoon, but today for some reason I just can't get motivated or get the achiness out of my head. It's been a real struggle. I've stopped 3 times now in the last 3/4 of a mile. So I'm only, probably a third, not even a third, a quarter of the way through the Burrows. So there is an option now coming up where I'll take a left, head toward Lobbed Field camping site, which is about, I don't know, mile and a half away, and then pitch my tent and then decide what I'm going to do, whether we come back here or not tonight. We'll see. But yeah, I want making this record because it's only fair to show walks and all. And yeah, feeling it today. Just haven't quite got my mojo. Even though, in theory, it's actually, I mean, especially now, it's virtually dead flat, so do some not particularly challenging walking. It's just I think the cumulative effect of the last few days caught up on me, and I need to have a rest. Anyway, catch you later. So here we are in Lob Field campsite in Braunton. As you can see, I've got everything spread out because some stuff got a bit wet yesterday. So the coat and trousers have been drying out nicely, and just sorting through some other bits of kit, and even having another start to sort through stuff that I might be able to ditch to try and reduce the weight in the pack, because I have struggled like mad today. And I've made an executive decision. I've booked myself in for 2 nights here, so tomorrow is going to be not a complete rest day, but a semi-rest day. What I'll do is I'll finish off the bit of Braunton Burrows that I didn't do, but obviously do it without a pack, and then I'll spend the afternoon in Braunton in the pub watching the final day of the Premier League. See if my favourite Liverpool stand any chance. You never know. Just got to hope our old ex-captain Steven Gerrard's Aston Villa can do us a favour and take some points off City. Yeah, so I'm shattered. Feet are aching like mad, so I think I need the day off tomorrow, or say an easy day tomorrow, get the mojo back. But anyway, onwards and upwards, and we're still here anyway. So Achilles hasn't packed up yet. So we've done 5 days of hard walking. We did just under 9 miles on the first day, over 16 on the second day, over 16 on the third day. What we did yesterday, 14, no, I don't know, 14 yesterday, and we've done 14 again today, so we've done a fair few miles. Anyway, doing better than I thought I might do, certainly 2 or 3 weeks ago before when I was suffering, and I'm waffling now, so shut the fuck up, Sid. Day 6, a sort of a rest day today, in as much as explained last night, left my tent, big pack in campsite, and I'm just finishing off the walk around Braunton Burrows with a very light day sack on. Look out on the estuary where where the estuary is at its narrowest and goes out to sea, and look across to Applecross. So we're going through the Burrows, which is actually something really interesting to look at, because that last couple of miles have been dead boring, nothing to see, sort of relatively high hedges on either side of a gravel track, but pleasant and peaceful, don't get me wrong, but just nothing worth filming. But anyway, bit of sand to walk through now. See some lovely. So we're at Crow Point, overlooking the Tor estuary to that's Appledore over there, and that's only about half a mile across the estuary. Unfortunately, it's going to take me 2 days to actually physically get there, because you can't see, but the Tor estuary goes all the way around the headland over there, all the way down to Barnstable, and then you go all the way back up, and then those buildings in the distance over there are Instow, and you've then got to go down the Torridge estuary all the way to Bideford, back up the side over there to Appledore, and then round to Westward Ho, and eventually all the way down to the end, as far as the eye can see, is Hartcliffe Point. That'll take a few days to get there.